Alright, what's going on, y'all? We're going to be doing a Guilty Gear Strive tier list today. Obviously this tier list shouldn't be taken too seriously. It's just a beta after all, and it went by really fast in my opinion. I don't know how y'all feel, but let's go ahead and get on into it. We're gonna start from the top and we'll go to the bottom. And I mean, it should be no surprise. The S, see this right here? See S tier? The S stands for Soul. This is Soul tier. But I might put another character in there, but let's talk about Soul. So, Soul, in my opinion, this version of the game was... I wouldn't say he's a perfect character, but he was about as close to perfect as you could be. I mean, I believe, alright, so his close slash, I believe, was +3, and his far slash was +2. It felt like pretty much every one of his buttons was plus. His DP was god. Like, it's really hard to punish his DP. I don't know why, but it is. I mean, if you get hit by this character, it's pretty much guaranteed that you're gonna lose 50%. I felt like every time I got hit by Soul, it was like a 2-touch game. Then again, I do play Millia, but still, even against like some of the higher defense characters, he's still, the damage output is there regardless. His meter gain, really good as well. The wall break mechanic really doesn't affect him much because his neutral isn't the worst. He's got solid neutral. I mean, the character, like I said, in my opinion, was about as close to perfect, this version of the game, that you could be. And I feel like with Potemkin getting nerfed, it almost helped him. Same with like Ram. Like the characters that were really good the last version of the game. Obviously Potemkin getting nerfed. I still think Potemkin's good. We'll get to him in a little bit. But I don't think he's like in that tier of character anymore. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I gotta say about Soul. The character really had no glaring weaknesses. And if he comes out and he's like this when the game drops, I'm gonna have to pick him up. Either him or Ram. Speaking of Ram, could make a case that Soul's like in a tier of his own, but I would say they're about the same, but I would give the edge to Soul. I think Ram's like, one thing I forgot about Soul is that, alright, so obviously they changed the combo system. I feel like with these two characters, it didn't even affect them, man. Like, they're doing damage like they were doing in the last version. I mean, minus the infinites, of course, but with the combo changes, like the combo system changes, I mean, it was like a slap on the wrist to them. The advantage I'll give Ram over Soul was that her buttons are obviously bigger. And it's kind of crazy to think that a character with that type of normals has the type of movement she has. Her movement is actually insane to have that type of those type of normals. Strong normals, meter gain really good. I think she takes advantage of the wall break mechanic better than any character in the game. Once again, like Soul, a stray hit turns into like 50% guaranteed, sometimes more if they got meter. She's just really strong. Really strong, just like Soul. I would say this is like, so this tier right here will be ordered. I think it's Soul 1. I think it's Soul 1, Ram 2, and the rest of them won't be ordered. Maybe the first character, but yeah, not much more to say. These characters are just really strong. I feel like they play the game better than any of the other characters. I give the slight edge to Soul. But we'll go ahead and move on to A tier, which I think Ino is. Ino, interestingly enough, Ino, just got added to the game. I think her mix is beyond potent, to say the least. This character is really strong. Her supers have to get nerfed. There's no way. I feel like they just like kind of threw this version of the game together and didn't test a bunch of stuff, because there's no way they let her supers rock like that, man. I don't know. I only played a couple Inos, so I don't really have the best knowledge, but the ones I did play and the streams and YouTube videos I've watched, she's just, the mix is strong. Her mid game combo, or her mid screen combos, don't look like the strongest, but her Oki and mix and stuff, mid screen and the corner, all that is godlike, and her corner combos are really good. Although the wall breaks easily, obviously, but I do think Ino supers are kind of what put her right there, in my opinion, because it's a joke, man. But moving on, like I said, I'll put her first in this tier, so I would probably say she's third best in the game, in my opinion. But after this in this tier, this won't be ordered, but I'll just put Ky right here. Ky is arguably the most complete character. I know it's weird to say that, because I said Soul is like damn near perfect, but I just say that in the sense like Ky really doesn't have anything that he can't do. Like, this character can DP, he's got full screen projectiles, his normals are insane, his damage is crazy, his meter gain's good. Like, there's nothing this character can't do. And I think he's easy to play. Another thing, I'll come back to that now. I think Soul, Ram are obviously one of the easiest characters in the game, including Ky. Which kind of sucks, because I feel like the harder characters, for example, like a Zato or a Millia, the harder characters should be like some of the better in the game. There's no why, like, if they don't change Millia, I'm just not gonna be able to main her when the game drops, because I'm not gonna play a character that's hard to play and isn't even high tier. Like, I know I haven't got to her yet, but there's no way I could put Millia even in A tier. Like, Zato too. Zato's weird. I feel like he's got to be fleshed out. I do think he's the hardest character in the game to play right now. But back to, like, why would you want to play the hardest characters in the game if they're not even like high tier, even mid tier, when you could play characters that are simple like Soul and Ram, and they're godlike? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't add up. There's no sense in, like, if you're trying to win, obviously you want to play the better character, and if they're easy to, then there's no reason not to play them if you're trying to win. But yeah, Ky, really strong. He's got a dragon install. I played more Kys in the first beta than I did in the second one, or the last one. I think this was the third beta, actually. But yeah, the last beta, I didn't play too much Kys. I think that, like I said, though, he's really well put together, and he's just a strong character right now. Probably put Mei next. Once again, this isn't ordered after Ino, but I think Mei, relatively simple to play. Dolphin's really strong. Obviously, with them buffing anti-airs, that affected her a lot, because in the previous beta, not the last one, but the previous one before that, you literally couldn't anti-air this character. Same with like Ram. It's still hard to anti-air them, in my opinion. Maybe it's because I play Millia though, and I don't have like 5k because I'm not playing Soul. But yeah, I think Mei's super strong. She has a command grab. Although, she feels like one of those characters that, as the game progresses and people figure out the matchup, she does seem a little one-dimensional as far as like her game plan. So it's hard to say, will she stay in this tier as the game goes on? But regardless, I think as of now, she's super solid and a really strong character. All right, could we fit anyone more? I mean, I feel like I could put I feel like Giovanna is one of the most underrated characters. Same with Ky. I feel like, yeah, I'm gonna put Giovanna there. I don't even care. I don't think she's top 5. Like, I know I said this isn't ordered, but I do think she's, like, once again, an easier character to play and understand. Alright, so she's different compared to every other character in the game. When she has half of a bar or 50% bar, she gets a 5% defense boost and a 5% damage boost. And then once she reaches a full bar, like she has the whole gauge is full, she has a 10% defense boost and a 10% damage boost. Which is really good, especially because her meter gain is arguably like the best in the game. Not to mention, I think she has the second best defense. I could be wrong on that, but she does have one of the better defenses, like defense multiplier type of deal in the game. And I think when she has full meter, she has the best. It's even better than Potemkin's, which is crazy to think about. And her damage is crazy. Her neutral is actually really strong too. She has like that dash move that she goes like, what, 60-75% or something of the screen. Like, it's actually insane. I played like a couple random geos in the beta. I didn't really play anyone known, but even like some of the stronger random ones I played, she was tough to deal with. But then again, I was playing Millia, so I'm playing a bottom 3 character. Obviously the game's gonna feel hard because I'm playing on hard difficulty. But yeah, not much more to say about Giovanna. I think overall, easy character to play, easy to understand, strong in multiple different areas. Feels like, and she's similar. Actually, one more thing, she's similar in the sense to Soul, that it feels like damn near all of her buttons are plus for some reason. Like, her frame data is insane. I hope we actually get the frame data implemented into practice mode once the full game releases. I got my fingers crossed, but we'll have to wait and see, obviously. All right, let's move on. I think that's probably it that I'm going to fit in there. I could make a case for... I mean, you could make a case for Potemkin, but I'm going to put Potemkin first and B. Like, I feel like he's like either high mid or high mid or I don't know. I just feel like he's like good now, but he's just not the same character. He's definitely still strong though. This character can rob you of games. Like, you could hit him for, you know, a full combo and then he just wakes up, grabs you, and he has the life lead already in like 2 seconds. But they obviously nerfed his, what was it, his 2P and his 5P, I believe. Can't just spam it like in the beta before this one. Like, you could legit just spam that and like anti-air people with it. What was that move that they made? Some move -6. What was it? Was it his Potemkin Buster, or I forget what that move was. If someone knows, just say it in chat. But I know it was like some move that was really good, and now it's like -6, I believe, on block. So I don't know. The character is still really good, but I don't think he's nearly as oppressive as some of these, especially like this. And that's what even made them scarier, is because like he kind of kept them in line, and then boom, he gets knocked down a notch, and it almost feels like they got buffed for some reason. All right, but that's enough about Potemkin, man. Rest in peace, Potemkin. He lasted, one beta. All right, who are we gonna put next? It doesn't matter anyway. After this isn't ordered in this tier, I'll just put Axel. I think Axel got a really good pseudo buff from the landing lag they added into the game. So him being able to trip guard now is really strong because he's got such good normals and can zone so well. I think that was just... He probably benefited from the landing recovery changes better than anyone in the game. Also, he has some good matchups. I feel like against some of these these better characters above him, he actually has some good matchups against some of them. I hear from, I mean, I can't trust Ram players as far as I can throw them, but they all complain about how Axel wins that matchup against her. But you know, I don't know. I don't play Ram, and Ram players are dirtbags, so can't trust them. But I do think I could see it, and I think that his ability to control the screen is up there with the best of them. They did nerf his like time skip level 3 or his time skip super or whatever the hell that was, but I thought they were anyway. It felt a little overwhelming in the previous beta before this one, so that doesn't surprise me. But I do think he's still really good, and I honestly might try to pocket him when the game comes out, because if he can deal well with these top tier or high tier characters really well, I might pick him up just for some counter pick type matchups. But that's enough about Axel. Next I'll put Leo. Once again, not in order, but Leo, obviously he doesn't get his combo off his cross up no more, but he's still a really good complete character in my opinion. His fireball's good. They did nerf his super, I believe. He has some really good buttons though. He's similar to, like I said, with Soul and Giovanna. Feels like a lot of his buttons are plus at times when they're really not. I mean, he's the gorilla of this game. You could make the case Soul is too, but this is like a gorilla character, bro. Him, Soul, Potemkin, still a gorilla character. Those are like, if you want to play King Kong and Guilty Gear, you're definitely wanting to play one of these 3 characters. But I think Leo's strong. He's a good character. Not much more to say. Who could we put after this? I'll put Zato. Zato is, like, I don't want to put Zato too high, and I don't want to put Zato too low. So I'm going to kind of put him in the middle of the pack, because it's hard to say if he is good or bad in my opinion. For one, I haven't fought many. For two, this character is the hardest character in the game to play in my opinion, so it's going to take time for the character to flesh out and possibly become one of the best characters. But in my opinion, like I said earlier, characters like him that are that hard to play should bare minimum be high tier. There's no if the character's that hard to play and he's ass, why would you want to play him? What are you trying to stun on people? Like, yeah, bro, I play the hardest character in the game. Who cares, bro? You're gonna lose to the 54th best Soul player. Like, I don't care. Like, you think you're cool? Like, there's no reason to play a character if they're that hard, but they're not even good. But like I said, I don't want to put him too high. Don't want to put him too low. I do think he's strong, and he will only move up. He will only move up this tier list, I believe, as time goes on. All right. I'm going to try to fit... I could probably fit... I'll put Faust here. I think they're going to remove some... Alright, so Apology Man's been posting some pretty gnarly tech with this character recently. And I think they're going to remove it. And that's why I'm not putting him a little higher. If he keeps the tech that I saw Apology Man posting over the weekend, then I'd probably put him like up here. I don't know if I'd put him A, but I'd probably put him like top of B, maybe bottom of A. But with the tech I'm talking about is his, I believe it's his 6P. It's like that tornado move. You can loop that, and he actually gets pretty good damage mid-screen off of that if he 6Ps you. And then he can do like the tornado move. I don't know if the tornado is his 6P or if he has to do that and then he can cancel into the tornado move. But regardless, he has a pretty good mid-screen loop for good meter gain and damage. And he can also use that tornado move on like a throw Oki to get a mix-up, like a I don't know if it's an overhead, but he can like cross you up and go other side. So it's really strong. You got to guess, you know, is he staying same side or is he going other side? And that's a good mix-up tool to have. Plus his buttons are one of the best in the game. He has the whole, you know, he's like one of those characters like that has just items he throws. He's just random. I've always found it funny. Hook calls people random, and then he plays the most random character in this game. I always just found that cute. But that's probably going to be the end of this tier. I think you could make a case maybe for one of these, but I'm not gonna. Let's see. So in C tier, I'm gonna put Chip the first in this. So this is remember the first character is ordered after S. I'm gonna put Chip here. I think Chip got a lot stronger because he got a pseudo buff from the combo systems getting changed, because most of the characters can't do as much damage except these assholes. And they buffed his command grab, I believe, and it's actually pretty good. I played it. Surprisingly enough, Chip isn't one of the better characters in the game, but you will fight a lot of Chips, I feel like, online. I just feel like a lot of people think he looks cool or something, and they just want to play cool characters. And he is a cool looking character. He's got cool combos, like a ninja. So I see why people gravitate towards him, like probably a lot of casuals. But I think he's better than he was and the previous beta from this one. Not much more to say. I mean, he's just better, I guess. After that, this is in order, but I just put Millia here. I'll talk about her for a minute since I play her. So I feel like she got gutted harder than any character. You could make a case for Potemkin, but I feel like she did. Maybe it's because I'm a Millia player and I'm just saying that, but she got smoked, man. All right, so let's start with their special moves. They neutered, they gutted Bad Moon. So Bad Moon is just like the freest punch. If you do Bad Moon and they block it now, you're donezo. You're eating. Like you do Bad Moon and like a Ram or a Soul blocks it, 50% guaranteed gone, bro. Maybe even more if it's a counter hit. They've got meter. You might lose like 80% if they've got meter and wall break and stuff. It's a joke. Her hair car, you get worse O-key on now, and that's pretty much her game plan as a character, is setups and O-key. So, you know, that's kind of out the window. Her throw grab, actually, her like universal throw, her 6D, it got the O-key on that got worse. It's harder to cross up now, in my opinion, after you do this setup. One thing they did do about her that was good was that her 2D or her sweep or whatever that gives you hard knockdown, that O-key is better, and that's cool. But hell, you took everything else away, so that doesn't even matter in my opinion. Obviously the combo system got changed. I feel like it affected her probably more than any other character. She lost. I legit, the first day of the game, just labbed all day. I was like, bro, I don't even want to play. I don't even know this character. I felt like I was playing a brand new character. And Sonic actually found a way. I think the last day of the beta, when you do like the ender to her air combos, you do like Bad Moon. If you spend half a bar and do the red RC, you get a hard knockdown and can set up disc. But you're telling me I gotta spend half a bar to loop my O-key? And she has like some of the worst meter gain in the game. Like she has to do like 2 combos just to get a half a bar. So like, let's say I win the round start and I combo you, I get like 0.25 bar. So I can't even loop the O-key right there. The only way you get O-key with her is if you like end the combo short and do like sweep, or you do hair car, and hair car O-key sucks now. So if you do the sweep combo, you get like 10% damage, and you probably get like not even 0.25 meter. So it's just, it was a disaster playing her at times. I think she's a sick character. She's still fun, but I don't know if they don't. Part of me is praying they just were like rushing to get this game together. A lot of damage. Like part of me is hoping that they just like put out a version of the game for this beta just for shits and giggles, and they're just like not done with every character. They're like, oh, we'll just put this out. We still need to work on, like, they have a fucking laundry list. They're like checking characters off, like, yeah, we're done with this fella, we're done with them, you know. And then they got characters towards the bottom. They're like, you know, we still need to fix this, and you know, we need to do this with this character. This character needs help. Part of me is praying that that's the case. But if it's not, and this character is the same, I'll play her, but I'm not main her. And that's pretty much it. I mean, I could go on and on, but this video would be like 2 hours long, and I'm not trying to have all that. But long story short, buff this fucking character. And buff any of these characters in this tier, buff them, honestly. Not even just Millia. Chip needs more help. Nago, we'll do Anji next. I think Nago is the worst in the game, so I'll talk about him after Anji. But I think Anji's actually, on paper, this character should be like up here, probably in A tier. But a lot of characters in this game have DPs, and his Fujin move or whatever is just negated by a DP character. If they fix that, it'll help him a lot. Also, I just feel like he just, with the Fujin type of deal, even if they don't have a DP, you can mash out of a lot of the Rekkas. So I feel like he is really high risk, high reward, but the risk outweighs the reward. So it's almost similar to Millia. Like when Millia, and she has a string where she can cancel into special moves like Bad Moon, her like dash move where she like goes invisible for a second, moves like that, and they made all those moves worse. So she has to take risks on offense, and if the opponent guesses right, she gets smoked. And it's similar for Anji. But I think that if they fix that, like maybe make his frame data a little better, I don't know what they'd have to do, but I just feel like he's lacking something. But he has the toolkit to be like a high tier or top tier if they fix like one or two things. But that's definitely holding him back, because you look at characters that got DPs like Soul, Kai. I think, doesn't Geo have? I don't know if Geo has one. But a lot of characters have DPs. Chip does. Chip's DP is actually pretty good. I didn't even talk about that. But yeah, I think his DP is one of the better ones. But yeah, I think they'll probably do something about it. I'd be surprised if they didn't. And then Nago, I think, is the worst character still. Granted, even these characters down here, I don't think they're unplayable. It's just like, why even play them? Because you got to work that much harder than playing like people up here. But they tried to help Nago out, and Nago's like one of those characters, I don't know about y'all, but I feel like when I beat Nago, I either steamroll him, or when Nago beats me, he steamrolls me. He's like a snowball type of character in my opinion right now. Like if he gets going, like he's scary, but if he can't get going, he just gets washed. And then like the whole blood gauge thing. The blood gauge thing is weird to me. I never really liked it, honestly. Here, let me remove this tier too. Like I said, I don't think there's any D tier characters, but yeah, the whole blood gauge thing has always been weird to me. I feel like if they removed it, it would definitely make him a lot better, but it might make him too strong. So I don't even know what they're gonna do with this character, bro. He's like really slow, doesn't have an air dash in a game where you got characters with good, like look at Ram. Ram is literally got like the same type of normals he has, except she fucking has like some of the best movement in the game. And then meanwhile this dude's down here like, damn man, can I get a crumb of movement, please, for the love of God? So yeah, that's my tier list. This tier ordered Soul, then Ram, and then each character in the first one ordered. So Ino's best in A in my opinion, Pot's the best in B, Chip's the best in C, but It's my tier list. Love it or like it. Love it or love it or hate it. I don't really care. It's from a beta. Don't take it too serious. It's just my initial impressions from a 2.5 day beta.